for minutes.
So let's skip the votable things and go down to the well, whoops, hold on, wait a minute. Let me call it to order and we'll go for it there.
It's rough.
It's terrible, right? Nothing to talk about.
I know.
Almost. There we go. Okay. Calling the meeting to order at 7:00 p.m. Kathleen, would you like to take the roll? Or
Pearson,
here?
Lee, here. Deer King, here. Williams,
Here.
Miguel.
Here.
And Gunnar will be late tonight. He'll be here in about 15 minutes. Bob is not going to be here tonight, so we will wait the financial until a later time. Roll call. All right, let's skip approval of minutes till we have Gunnar here, so we can vote on that also. And number 4, addition to agenda.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask Chief, what strategies are you taking, or the volunteers are taking just to help with their mental health during all these these, especially the most recent few calls that have been pretty significantly impacting. Like what kind of things are you guys doing to just kind of help keep everyone on the upside of their mental health?
Let's push that right there to with the chief's report.
You want to do that?
Yeah, and then we'll just tag it onto there.
Okay.
Then that seems most relevant.
Okay.
At that point, and also gives him a minute to think of his answer.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Any other additions to the agenda?
Yep.
You good?
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the Chief's report.
Almost
a minute.
No, we can do the seismic retrofit.
Yeah, you want to go to the seismic? You want a sec?
No, it's fine.
Okay. If you want to take the chief's report, or give the chief's report.
On the mental health part, I'll do that first. I'm gonna read the record report. The different things that we've done with responders that have in the last couple of months have been on difficult calls. One, we had 4 of us go to Medford and meet with Mercy Flight for a debrief. It's not a debrief, but to talk about the call that we had with them. So we've gone to Medford, met with the medical director and the people involved with that call. And we talked about that for a couple hours. We also had 2 instances here where we had, what is their title? The chaplains come here. So on the first one, we had 3 chaplains plus a mental health counselor came and visited with the volunteers on the particular call. And they will only let those volunteers involved in the call attend those particular things that they do. And it was explained to me that they don't want to add trauma to another person that wasn't there. It's just add, so because they're going to get into all the details and do that. So they came up for one of those. Then 2 weeks later, they came up for a different call with 4 other responders. And that one, we did not have the mental health person come up, counselor. Chaplains came and a peer support person came. And then they gave us contact information for the mental health person. And we can schedule counseling if we want it. And we have, I think you can get 6 sessions. It's paid for the volunteers. So other things we've done just in-house is we as a group, we talk about it at training. Sometimes we'll talk about those calls, and that can help to work out some of those details. And we've been doing on Saturday mornings the PT, the physical training, which maybe doesn't sound related on the surface, but is actually a great way to preventatively help with mental health and the stress of it, and a different format to be able to speak frankly and interact, and that all helps with that group. So there's the approach on that. Chief support. We currently have 13 responding volunteers. In addition, we have 6 specialty volunteers. I don't know if you guys have met Forrest yet. Forrest is here. He is our IT specialty volunteer. And he's going to work with us. He's already working with us, with Kathleen and I in particular, and he's met with Christopher. And he's going to help us get the new station's office up and running and as functional as possible and remotely accessible for Kathleen and Bob and I. And so we're glad to have him on board, especially. I'm going to skip that first paragraph of apparatus and buildings because it really comes under the seismic retrofit report. So our water tender had a slow leak repaired. We got it to White City, had it worked on by a guy that specializes in water tenders down there. And we'll be taking it back when fire season's over. There's more work to be done on that water tender, the one that's hard to drive. It needs work done in the tank, and it needs 2 ports added to the rear. So that'll be done when fire season's over and we don't have as likely a chance of needing it, and we can give it up for a couple of days. Total calls. Since last regular board meeting, we've responded to 12 medical calls. Since this morning when I wrote this report, we've had one more, so make that 13. 2 motor vehicle crashes and 4 fire calls. One of the fire calls was a structural fire. We don't get those often. I've been on 3 of those in 7 years. So that's kind of a big deal. It takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot. And yeah. Anyway. Volunteer training. We continue to meet every Tuesday for weekly training. We continue to meet on Saturday mornings at Lions Park for physical conditioning. Any members of the board are welcome to join us for physical training. We do some fun stuff. And Colin and Mike used to kind of head that up.
It's not competitive. It's designed specifically to just make you move.
There's a little bit of trash talking.
Oh, no.
Only
There's trash talk from bad guy. Bad guy.
Just so you know.
Just so you know, it's him. But it is. It's loads of fun. And the whole idea is just to get people moving. So yeah, the more the better. And then you can get to see some of the stuff that we do, because we are going to start incorporating hauling hoses and dragging people or things that are as heavy as people, and
The hose dummy.
all those good fun things. So then you can see the kind of cool stuff that we get to do.
You're not wrong.
So
I'm so totally sorry. You gotta come on. And it'll be great, and we won't even post pictures.
in the future,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock at the Lions Park.
In the morning?
Yep.
You know, by then I've been up for 3 hours.
That's what day did you do that?
Saturday.
Saturdays.
Saturday morning.
And we go straight from there right to the Lions Park breakfast on the first Saturday.
Oh, that sounds.
Yeah, because you're right there. And they usually watch us. They're in there placing bets on the workout.
On who's gonna cook.
From the kitchen of Lions. But anyway, another benefit of that is I was up at Illinois Valley and talked about their recruitment, because they're a small department and they have a lot of volunteers. And they said one of the most effective recruitments they did was working out out where people could see it, and people would drive by and be like, what are they doing? Dragging hoses and running in their fire gear or whatever it is they're doing, or flipping tires. And they would come and ask. And some people in the community joined for that aspect of it, because they wanted to like step up their game, get back in shape, and the fire department was the way to do it. So it could be a great recruitment tool as well.
Mm.
Good idea.
So is this something, I'm sorry. Is this something, once you get fully moved back into that building down there, that you can build it without parking lots?
Yeah, so that was that's how they structured it in Illinois Valley, is did it right at their main station, right on the main street. So we could incorporate stuff that way. We've been doing it at Lions Park because we have so much room over there, and it's nice with the grass and all the stuff. And
We have a corner wall.
yeah, we got all sorts of options. So we should do one right out in front of the fire station one for sure. It'd be a lot of fun. Let's do as part of the chief's report is the grant report. Kathleen.
Grant report, I haven't filed any new grants this month. But we're managing the grants that we have. We've got the fuel reduction grant. We've got nearly a year left on that one. And then the PPE grant. So I've been coordinating that with FEMA, and we've got some money left over on that. So when we have some new volunteers, we can outfit them as well. We did get a $50 gift card to defray the cost of the pancake breakfast on the 27th. So that's good. And there's a place called Save Lives Oregon, which gives out Narcan. What's the other name for it? Naloxone. So they're sending us 5 new ones, and those are, about $50 a piece. So that's a nice little gift.
I think those arrived.
Do they?
Yeah.
Somebody had to sign for them.
Actually, they were I think they got dropped off at the main station with the crew there, with the construction crew, because I walked in, saw a box, opened it up, and it's been put away. It was 5 boxes of naloxone inside the box.
Yes.
Awesome. Have we heard yes or no on the truck grant?
No, and those are the ones that we really need badly. And
Yeah.
I went through all my emails because last week was so crazy with Cycle Oregon. I thought maybe I'd missed it. So I, searched several different ways and no word yet.
But we haven't been told no.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't get a no.
Okay. All right. So partnerships. I met with a Mercy Flight helicopter pilot and Forest Service employee. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Larry Anderson, but he's worked in this area for his entire career with Forest Service. We went everywhere from the Gorge bar to, not the bar, but the field next to the Gorge bar to the county line, and looked for landing zones. Some of the landing zones that have historically been used, the current pilots, they don't like them because the trees have gotten taller and it's a deeper hole to set the bird down in. So we looked at some others and we found some really good ones. We got to work with ODOT and Forest Service for some slight improvements on a couple of them to make them most beneficial. But yeah, we did that. That was a kind of a big day, and there's a lot of follow-up. We mapped all those, and most of those have projects to improve on. I will be attending Southern Oregon Fire Chiefs Association meeting tomorrow morning in Applegate. And then I'll report on that meeting next month. Volunteer Association worked with Cycle Oregon last week and provided support for the event. The volunteers provided security and meal cleanup, as well as water truck services. I'll be meeting tomorrow with the community club meal program, and plan to deliver meals to homebound residents here in Prospect. 4 of our volunteer medical responders staffed last Friday's home high school football game. An Oregon State Trooper attended our 9/11 tribute. Prospect Charter School teamed with us for the 9/11 tribute. Oregon Department of Forestry and Shady Cove Fire Department supported us on a structure fire this month. They both sent an engine and crew. And with their help, we made sure that the structure fire did not spread to adjoining properties and homes. So just so you know, without too many details, that thing there was 40-foot flames when we arrived to start with. There was no saving that house. Everyone was out, everyone was safe. There was houses, trees, and grass all the way around 360. And so our goal was to keep it to the footprint of that fire, which we were able to do. The ODF guy did laps around because things were flying on fire through the air and landing other places. That was his thing. And with Shady Cove, we were able to keep the structures safe next door and all that. Had potential to burn a lot there, but we kept it to the one house that was gone when we got there. An Oregon State Fire Marshal came to that structure fire in, here in Prospect and performed a fire investigation for the homeowners, and that's necessary in all structure fires for the insurance company to proceed. So the homeowners cannot file a claim until a fire marshal has signed off and said, this was not arson, or this was arson, or this is why I think here's the possibilities of what started this. It's just part of the process, and that holds it up if it doesn't get done. We don't have a staff member that does fire investigations. There is an opportunity for a course coming up that hopefully I'll get signed up for. And
Well, it's limited to only 25,
okay,
but so I tried to get you in, but then I just sent an email to make sure it was actually full and it wasn't just that the QR code was
Okay.
functioning. So
okay.
working on it.
So that'll come up again, and then meanwhile, there's a guy in Grants Pass that'll drive here. It just takes a while for him to get here, and then yeah. For the good of the order, the community club provided lunches for 2 of our firefighters that mopped up at the structure fire. That incident required 12 hours of attention to make sure the mop up and the investigation was complete. So the investigator can't come onto the premise without a firefighter still there. Once you leave, you lose control of the scene. So we made sure and hung out till he was there and got his investigation done, and then we mopped up, of course, and put lots of water on it. The meals were much needed and appreciated. Thank you to Stana for preparing them and Mike for delivering them. And then Christopher and Bill King and Mike Gatewood and Tom Powell spent the entire day on September 11th to provide an event at Station 1 for our community to remember those whose lives were lost as a result of 9/11. And that event had a lot of community and Prospect Charter School attendees. So if you looked on, I don't know if you happen to see on Facebook, there was photos of kids carrying the flags, various community members carrying the flags, various volunteers. It was well attended, and that was a good one.
Yeah, I want to mention that it was amazing. I went in the morning before work, and I want to thank you guys for doing that, because that was really awesome. It was a really cool thing to drive up and see, and I feel like for our community, especially our kids, that none of them were alive when it happened, and having that memorial right here, make it real for them, really is an impact. I think that really we all needed, and especially with all the things going on in the world, I think it was very good to have. So thank you guys for doing that. Well done. It's very good.
Very fitting memorial.
It was very good.
Any other questions or comments for Chief? Great report. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. You're it.
Okay, so update on Station 1 seismic. So they're like 99.9% done. So basically we got the okay to move back in. I think we only have a couple more days before we can actually put the bigger rigs in. They want to make sure that the concrete is as cured as it's going to be to handle the weight. Even though it's cured enough for the smaller rigs, but they just don't want one of the bigger rigs sitting on the pad for a period of time. Dragging over the pad is one thing, but actually sitting there, fully loaded or even just something that's extra heavy. So they want to make sure the pad is cured. So it's a beautiful 6-inch pad. It's got a nice shy taper to it, so it'll drain properly. So the backsplash in the kitchen is complete. The upstairs is complete. They only had, I think they got 3 things left that they want to do. The handrail has to be brought up to code, so they have to get down to the 4-inch on center pickets. And then still waiting on an okay for the floor to be recoated, and then tanks to be secured properly. So those are the last 2 things that we're waiting on. I haven't seen anything from WRK on that yet. So that's really the last couple things that are left. So just tidying up things. I mean, like I said, they got the ambulance and I think a pickup in there. I don't know if you got the wild and
Yeah, that's 63. So we have the rescue vehicle in 63.
right.
The wild.
So they are slowly operating a little bit and hopefully having telephone was supposed to be today, so hopefully they got no. So Bob had him scheduled to come up for tomorrow to the telephone system up to the building. So, hopefully cross our fingers that they won't have problems in there, so. Otherwise, the building turned out really nice. Hopefully, if you guys haven't been in there, we'll go ahead and over 3 days.
You'll have an opportunity on the 27th. Put it on your calendars, the breakfast. Will include, like open house to walk up and take a look. And then on the 31st of October,
I have no choice.
what's that?
I'm being press gang.
Feel like you're alone.
And then 31st of October, it's a Friday. Yeah, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 o'clock. We're gonna do a chili feed, and same thing, it'll be open to the public to walk up through and see.
Okay, so what time on the 27th?
I think it's 8 AM to 10:30. And then
The
on the
31st is gonna be a little more involved than.
Well, there's a question about that because the trunk or treat may be on the 26th.
Oh, okay, what is on that? We'll have that dialed in by the 27th to announce when the trunk or treat thing will be. We'll figure it out.
So 9:27 though is the breakfast.
Yes, the breakfast is Saturday morning, 27th.
So we may adjust all of them.
Yeah, and I'll put that on Facebook and the website.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Comments? Great, thank you. Okay. Okay, number 8, chief's evaluation, goals from chief and the board. So what we're looking for on this is, on the chief's evaluation, we need to get, give me a second here. The strategic goals from us, the board, which we have in our binder. And, I put out an email for everybody to take a look at that and bring some ideas to the board or to this meeting. And Joyce, thanks for the email. Got it.
Yeah.
And do you want to kick off by reading off your suggestions here?
Okay, so I just looked at what we adopted on January 20th of this year. The board adopted the 12 goals. Okay, some of them are over. We did pass the levy, so various things, and we canceled having Mercy flight coverage for everyone because it seemed to be the general consensus in the community and on the board that they didn't want that. So some of the things aren't here, but of the ones that are here, my suggestion to put on our goals for the fire chief evaluation is to increase the number of trained and certified firefighters.
So goal 1 under our district goals.
Okay. And then I don't know if we
That was
have this. Do we have trained firefighters for wildfire response
Is this one number of trained?
So-
available within 2 to 8 minutes? Do we have that?
A little bit
Yeah,
different.
what we've done is we've gone to training with the Forest Service and they've not given us the full 2-day and our what's called the red card, like,
So this could be in our goal to get that
Yeah.
completed.
yes.
Okay, so that's what I put for one of them. And then for the other one, I put what we're already working on, upgrading fire equipment on the vehicles. Just people working on them, which we're doing, but it isn't.
Oh, you're a little late. It's over. Sorry.
12-hour day today, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Gunner. Hey, everybody.
So anyway, that was just my suggestion.
Keep going.
Oh, he's got one. Okay. Let's see. Pam, any input?
Well, I think, getting started on the ISO, getting an improvement to our ISO.
ISO rating, yeah,
I think,
That one.
I think that
number 10.
we want to start that this year.
The reason I was kind of had a question mark in my head on that is because, how are we gonna verify what we've accomplished, you know what I mean? Because when you make these goals, you want to make something that you can actually say,
Mhm.
yes, did we accomplish this, or no, didn't we? And in my head, I couldn't figure out what that would look like.
So
And
ISO
maybe-
does kind of have a built-in measure. It has the numbers 1, 0 through 10, and we could say, figure out what our current rating is and increase by at least one.
Oh, okay.
And maybe,
okay,
and
yeah,
maybe,
measurable.
maybe
Yeah.
our,
That would be measurable.
our goal for that would be to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
And determine what those things are that we need to,
If you can figure out what the low hanging fruit is, the small things
Yeah,
to just pick off first to try and go towards improving.
Yeah.
And then plan for the larger one.
Because you've done some of them, like interacting with the school and doing education for the school. And so I know you've done some of them that are on there.
yep, but we haven't actually had a re-evaluation since we've added those things to
Right.
it. So we need two things. We need the evaluator to come out and give us a number, say
Right.
this is where you are right now.
Mhm.
And then we should
would
say,
like to increase
yeah, then
it
we
by
could say,
2
like,
numbers.
yes, we could say, here's what could we do with
Mhm.
this number and again, improve it.
Okay, but for right now, to get you an evaluation form for right now, what's that gonna look like? See, that's why I couldn't figure out we could do this, that it would make sense, that would be something in 6 months or so that we could evaluate.
Yeah.
well, he's already done stuff.
Yeah, so maybe,
So-
maybe during the 6 months before the evaluation, we get the ISO person here in Prospect, get our baseline, figure out where we are rated.
So that could be the goal, to have
That could
him
be the
to
goal.
come and get
Get our
get
number.
our starting number. Okay,
Yep.
that
And
sounds
then
good.
each
Yeah,
year it could be, here's what we're going after. Here's how we're gonna
Yeah.
take it up a notch.
Yeah.
Cause that needs, I don't know if you remember when that guy who attended this meeting remotely, they wanted to come out and
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
next time on
that's
that.
right.
So how do we request that? What's that process
I
look
have to
like?
contact that guy
Yeah.
and tell him we're ready.
So do you want to put a deadline on that, contacting him by certain
Yeah,
time?
when you want it done, but before July 1 or before the end of this calendar year, or when would you like the ISO rating?
Is there a time frame on those? Do we only get reevaled so many times, or is it,
I think it's by request, unless they decide to just come out and take a look, because they haven't been here since I've been here.
Yeah, he said he was planning on coming because we should be in a rotation schedule
Yeah.
or something. It should be
Yeah.
our turn.
Hmm.
That's kind of what he sounded
Yeah.
like when he talked to us.
I think they tried to get everyone on a rotation, but if we
Is there-
request it, we'll get
is there a time that works best for you?
Probably just
Winter.
between now and between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, I would say probably just get it done this year
Yeah.
and then we can have our
Yeah,
baseline.
Yeah.
sounds
And
good.
then-
So,
then after that, we sit down and decide what we
Is
want.
there anything to be concerned about that, like the hydrant situation and other things?
There's nothing we can really do to fix or improve that between now and an evaluation. We just want to see
Yeah.
what he thinks of the system and
See
then
where we stand right now, yeah. Okay.
and then what we could do from there.
And I assume his evaluation report will show suggestions maybe too on how to
Yeah.
improve. Okay. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be important to get done.
So then if we can have that done by the end of the year, then maybe by January's meeting, we can have something to look at.
I think that'd be,
so definitely want to put goal 10 on, the evaluation
Yeah.
form. Okay, I'm gonna star that one. And I'm gonna type in and fill this all in on the, form,
okay.
and I'll, send it out to everybody, so we all have a baseline. Any others? Well, it seems a little far out right now. We're not even in the,
Yeah.
in the planning phase for that.
It's 12.
We can build a new fire station.
Yeah. You know what?
I mean, we kind of refurbished.
Yeah. We might think about recruiting a grant writer that does just that one grant. That grant is going to be so critical for us that we might get someone that just does nothing but go after that, because we will lose that property if we don't pull it off.
Okay.
So there's an idea. recruit a grant writer for the new building.
So I can handle that.
Okay.
Good.
I will take that on, so.
All right.
Whoa.
Make a note of that.
Wow.
Recruitment done.
Write that down.
There you go.
Write that down. Write that down. Bold, underline.
We have witnesses, Chris.
Yeah.
Get back out now.
There's two other projects that I think are important. I don't know, talk to Chris about these. One is employee handbooks for our
Mm.
different positions. And then the other one is to clean up our district map,
Yeah, right.
to define what is Prospect District and what is not.
So these would be your goals, right?
These are goals for the district that I would need to drive. I'm gonna have to make them happen.
So district map and,
And employee
got it.
books for each.
Well, were you gonna help or try to get Graham to help with the district map?
I can, but I can start off with what I need. But I can start off with 12 here, so those are the other two projects that I'll be tackling. Okay, so the map, I just been waiting for the okay to start with. But the employee handbooks, that's the help. So.
So we have goal 10, improve ISO rating to lower insurance costs for our residents. And we are looking at getting an initial assessment and developing our plan to go forward. That will be one of the goals that goes onto his evaluation. Next one would be goal 4, increase number of trained and certified firefighters. 1 and 2, and EMTs 1 and 2. And that's currently ongoing. And the other one was goal 3, have trained seasonal firefighters for wildland response on staff during fire season, able to respond within 2 to 8 minutes within district. So that brings us to 1, 2,
And this one she mentioned too, making sure
3.
equipment and vehicles are up to date.
3 equipment, which sounds like it's an ongoing,
Ongoing, yep. Mhm.
so that gives us 4, which is reasonable.
Yeah.
And
About that.
yeah. Everybody agree?
I think that's
Everybody good with 4?
Mhm.
Yes.
Somebody want to make a motion that we accept these 4 to put on to here?
I move that we accept those 4 goals to put on the chief's evaluation.
My second.
Okay. Oh,
Right?
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
Aye.
unanimous. Ayes have it.
Eyes have it.
Okay, so we show goal 3, 4, 10, and 13 will go on the chief's evaluation report and from us and from the chief. He's working on redistricting map, our district map and employee handbook. And I'll get those in. Okay.
So a couple of those things that you just mentioned, I did the best practices survey with SDAO today to see, and we're getting a 6% reduction in our costs. But 2 of the things that you just mentioned, one, the employee handbook, and another one having a policy regarding paid family leave would get us another 4%. So we get the max of the 10%.
We don't have paid family leave act in our,
We have to have a policy about what we're going to do. Right now, we are so small
right, but
That-
even a,
that we're exempt, but-
oh,
but
We can write a policy.
we can write a policy. So at some point, if we have X amount of employees, this is how we'll handle that.
Isn't it 10?
Yeah,
Oregon law, I think it's 10 or more. Then you have to have it.
we should probably have it on standby for that eventuality.
so I'll look all that stuff up and get that information to you.
Well, how-
when you do that.
How fortuitous. Our next point on the menu tonight is discussion of working session to address policy book. What section sections or section to be addressed, and amount of time to be spent or a goal to be reached. So, the one thing I had for this is from our previous working session where we came up with the chief's evaluation report, and we also came up with the evaluation period and how we were going to perform the evaluation. I think we should get that in here under this this section 1, the expectations, and we should get that added in here. Where did I see that? Yes, under the chief section here. The performance evaluation, section 6. I'd put forward that we should probably add those pieces in there and actually formalize those in the policy book.
And does it give it the time frame? Does it say like?
It is one sentence. The district shall review and evaluate the performance of the chief once annually based on previously agreed to performance goals.
We should add a date to that.
We should add a lot to this.
So we know we're doing.
Yes, agreed. So that's my recommendation, and that we've already hashed it out. That should be just simply, let's wordsmith it in there and fill it in. So section 6 under section 6, page 3. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to see addressed? And that one will be very quick. So that'll be kind of our warm-up exercise right there. Get the cerebral fluid going. Or
Mike, while you're listening to that, that's
Mhm.
the 4 new board members received a mailer from SDAO. Okay.
no.
Oh, I get them and I get emails.
But have you got like the welcome packet, like you are now a member of?
I'm pretty sure I have.
And what your responsibilities are. It's kind of a slickery paper
Yeah.
folder thing.
I think I did get it. I got something. I get a few things from SBA on the mail.
Mike, you've not got that.
No, I got this.
Full size, not, kind of that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Is this it? Okay, this is the one I got at training.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that they
no,
gave
that's-
us at training at the,
Yeah.
that's what they gave us at the meeting thing we went to, but I do get stuff in the mail from SDA,
Yeah.
SDA.
No, I've received nothing in the mail from them.
okay.
I get emails, but I haven't got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send them an email.
Okay, I think something that's kind of obsolete or we're not using at all is like, it's page 36 and 7. And their resolutions, one's a resolution for creating a building reserve fund, and we keep going back and forth that we don't need one, we do need one, do something. Do you remember? Because Bob's talked to us about it. It kind of seems like it comes and it goes sort of.
Yeah,
So I don't know about that one.
I'm having a hard time remembering where we're at on that.
I mean, that one's tricky. And then the next one is establish an equipment reserve fund. And it says that in our policy that we're gonna do this. Well, I don't think we've ever done anything with either one of those as long as I've been on it, so.
Yeah, we need Bob here to tell us where exactly we're at on that, if we have either
Yes,
one
so
of
there's
those.
some things in here that,
Wasn't that part of what we did in the levy
Fixed.
though?
Yeah, we did budget, but we have to do there has to be a motion.
Formal fund.
There has to be like a motion and a vote to establish those
Okay.
at one of these meetings.
yes,
So
so
I'm
some
not
of the
sure.
things are kind of just not right.
Yeah, these two seem like we need to have Bob for Bob's counsel
Yeah,
Okay.
to do these two correctly. We can definitely, if he attends the working meeting, we can definitely bring it up to him and talk to him about this. So we can put,
that's what you can do
Do you have that calendar? Working meeting?
It's next Sunday,
It's next Sunday.
21st. 1 o'clock at the RV park.
That's what I
No,
thought
it's
too,
this
but
week.
This,
I've been wrong once or twice before, so.
It's this week.
Head down as a 20.
I had it down as 21st.
it's the 21st.
Okay.
So in the last budget meeting, there was a need to for future future expenditures. Right,
Let's see, this says creating a building reserve fund.
you know, we talked about it in the budget.
I know.
But I think it's there, but it's being dwindled. Yeah, we reallocated some of the funds
Yeah,
to other locations to.
I think you're right. I remember that.
So I think it's still in there. It's just a.
It's down near the bottom, under capital expense, you've
Yeah,
got
so you
equipment
see,
reserve fund.
equipment reserve fund
Yeah, okay.
Mhm,
in there, and then maybe system repair is in there.
mhm,
That was
Mhm.
new, and then you had a contingency
right.
that
Yeah.
was,
That's from that
so
meeting.
there's still,
Okay,
unless those have been, unless the funds have been reallocated, there are funds in there.
okay, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's the budget, and then this is the year for, yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's not anything, spent in there.
0%.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. So definitely want to, if Bob's going to be there, we definitely want to talk about these two items and find out what,
How that's supposed to.
I will make sure he's invited.
Maybe you want me there.
Let's see what other policy items that are brought up, and if you have input for them, by all means, please.
Right.
But if not, and you don't think you have something to add, then I'd say that make your call on that one. But just bear in mind, we're going to come up with something. And you may not like it. So being there might be good.
Right up until you get told.
Oh, we'll tell you.
No, what was the part of the policy? You guys, the previous board has just worked on policy book, and you only got so far. So what was still, there's a lot of this that is
Okay.
evidently
So
draft.
book 2 is the one that we really just kind of have to totally decide if we're gonna keep it, throw it,
So maybe what we need to do is not
just worry about. book
drill
one.
down on,
Just worry
one
about
item,
book 1. Fun.
but go through and really get familiar with this, find out what has been changed,
Yeah,
and take a look at book 2 and decide,
Whether
Are
it's
we-
needed or not.
are we going to
yeah.
keep it?
yeah.
Maybe that's a planning session
Right.
is the direction we ought to
We can
take.
go in it. I mean, I think we can keep this fairly general, how much we're gonna.
Gunner,
Mhm.
what are you
Cover.
thinking?
What am I thinking?
Yeah, you've been quiet down there. Do you have any thoughts on this
No, I don't.
regarding, okay,
Not right now, Mike, I don't.
okay.
I-
So,
And I apologize too. I told Chrissy that, well, she knew I was gonna be working late, but I should have gave you a heads up too, so you could
Okay.
tell everybody else.
I'm just checking to see if you had some input there. We don't want to skip over anybody, because
Right.
I think right now, maybe we ought to go with, so book 2
Mhm.
and get familiar with book 1 and planning.
Mhm.
And develop a course of action for us to follow in the future for it. Because I don't think the policy book doesn't look like it's going to be something that we're just going to fix in a couple hours.
No.
And I think we're going to have to just start biting that thing
Mhm.
one chunk at a time
Yeah.
and start working it off.
Do what we can to keep it simple,
Okay.
cover it.
Is everybody good with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
I'd like to move back Gunnar, we delayed the approval of the minutes till you got here so you could vote on that.
Okay.
So has everybody had a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Yes.
And I saw no problems with these minutes. They're really nicely written and put together. So would somebody like to,
I motion we approve the minutes from last meeting.
Joyce seconds? Let us know when you're ready.
Pam Lee
Yes.
and Pearson
Yes.
and, Gunnar,
Yes.
all in favor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, minutes from last meeting have passed. And let me catch up real quick, Gunnar. Emergency additions to the agenda. Natalie added one for the chief's report and asked about the mental health assessments and treatment and just mental health for the responders, since we've had a bunch of really gnarly calls here as of late. And Chief gave us a rundown on that. It sounds like he's got it pretty well in hand and is looking after his guys. Yeah, a financial report has been put off to a later date. Bob is obviously not here tonight, and I'll contact him and we'll figure out if we can do it by phone, or maybe he jumps into our next working meeting up front and gives us a quick rundown.
On 21st.
Yes, and then
He got you the.
We
yeah,
have
printed
seen it.
version.
We've seen it.
yeah, we've seen it.
We have seen it.
I just don't want to start jumping all over somebody's work or asking questions about it when they're not here, especially something as in-depth as a financial report.
Yeah.
It's like doing your taxes without the receipts. So we've delayed, so I'll contact Bob and see if we can get him on for a few minutes up front on our working session. Chief's report was delivered. Seismic retrofit report was delivered. We're looking pretty good there. And have actually started reoccupying the building. You were here for the Chief's goals?
No, I did not get here.
Okay, we selected 4 goals.
I came in, I think, right in the middle of it.
Okay, we selected 4 goals for the chief. I wanted to put into the policy, or no, never mind. Hold on. Brain is working. Sorry, guys.
So I'm the one who's late.
Okay, we selected to put on the performance evaluation for the chief. Goal 3, have trained seasonal firefighters for woodland response on staff during fire season, able to respond within 2 to 8 minutes of district. Okay, you got the goal
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Goal. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
for
came in-
everybody.
I guess I came in right when you were starting that.
Okay, cool. And we went through that, and now does anyone have anything else? We're a little disjointed tonight. If not, I'd like to open it up to public comment. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes per speaker. And open.
Only 3 minutes, Mike.
I actually don't have anything.
Really? You get the opportunity and you don't have anything?
Well, no. Everything's working like it's supposed to.
Great. I will try and see you Saturday.
Yeah.
So if they come in here and say we suck, our insurance rates gonna go up?
So it doesn't have an immediate effect, and it
It
won't,
puts this on the radar that.
yeah, but there's nothing other than them we may take a step back and a step forward, because if they drill down on the hydrant system and realize that they got duped last time, that we don't actually have a working one, then we lose a point. And then they see that we're doing community outreach and documented training for our responders, that bumps us back up a couple. And so if they came tomorrow, it's not gonna work against us.
So there was at one thing I want, you were talking about, when we were talking about the ISO, we have a second tender and they're doing work on the one we have to make it more functional. So part of what does the ISO is how fast we can get water to a specific spot. And realistically, because we were talking about that, we don't have to do it once and then they do the math.
Yeah.
And say, so part of that is getting that second tender functional, then that should really give us a lot of leeway. That should help a lot, right? So,
Yep, so I was hoping, Christopher's out of town and he would give a report on where we're at on the big old yellow tender. But
Spencer?
What about the other tender another district promised us? With the-
so I'm gonna be in Applegate tomorrow in Applegate District, and we'll talk to that chief and see if that's still available or if that's changed.
I thought there was one coming from District 4.
District 4 has a small engine, like an, not considered a tender, but a smaller responding engine that would help in our relay. We would use it as a fill station for our tenders. So it would go like the canal, pump into the tenders. It could go, we'd find spots where it could pump and fill tenders from. So it will help on that.
All good? All right. At this time, I'd like to get a motion to adjourn.
I motion
good?
we adjourn.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passed. 5-0.
Meeting adjourned at 7:52. Yeah, 7:52.
Okay, once again, everybody, I apologize for being late, but I got kind of a whacked out schedule right now.
Life and work happen, man.
Yeah, so what was supposed to be an 11-hour day turned out to be 12.
It happens.
That's what I signed up for. So
We adjusted.
I just